We're going to talk a little bit about the reports that you're going to be provided. PAPs will be provided tools to help measure and improve patient care. One of the most important tools is the provider report. These reports are key to keeping up with your performance relative to each episode and to show your eligibility for gain risk sharing. The reports provide performance information for PAPS episodes, such as an overview of quality across a PAPS episode, overview of cost effectiveness, how a PAP is doing relative to cost thresholds and relative to other providers, and an overview of utilization and drivers of a PAPS average episode of cost. The PAP performance reports have summary results and detailed analysis of episode cost, quality, and utilization. A guide to reading your reports is available online and at this event. It is valuable to both PAPs and non-PAPs to understand the reports. Reports are issued quarterly starting July 2012. The first reports for CHF and TJR were issued in December of 2012 and reflect claims data from July 1st, 2011 through July 30th, 2012. Reports are available online via the provider portal, which will be discussed a little later in this webinar. Let's look at the reports. The first page will give you the dates of the report and the date ranges of the data included in the report. Please note the disclaimer at the bottom of the page, which states, the information contained in these reports is intended solely for use in the administration of the Medicaid program. The data in the reports is neither intended nor suitable for other uses, including the selection of a healthcare provider. Then it gives you our website for additional information. The next page we want to look at is the table of contents, which will show at a glance all the episodes in which you are considered a PAP in the Arkansas Payment Improvement Initiative. Next slide. The performance summary includes a summary of your performance for all episodes for which you qualify as a PAP. In this example, we just have CHF and TJR. Each episode will show you at a glance your performance in quality, average episode cost, and whether you are eligible for gain risk sharing. This report is color-coded for easy viewing, and at the bottom you will see a summary which shows your total gain risk share across these episodes. If you'll see in this example, both costs were in the acceptable range, so there is no gain risk sharing. For congestive heart failure, the first thing we want to look at is the overview. And in this one, you'll see there were a total number of episodes, 16 episodes. The total number included were 5. So the total number of episodes excluded was 11. In the second section is the cost of care compared to other providers. Range from commendable in green, acceptable in gray, and not acceptable in red. Where you fall in this range is indicated by the dark blue diamond, and all other providers is indicated by the light blue triangle. As you can see from this example, the provider fell in the acceptable range. Also next to this section, you will see the gain risk share associated with this episode of care, which for this example is 0 as they fall in the acceptable range. The next section is the quality summary. There are no quality metrics linked to gain sharing generated from the historical claims data in this example. They will talk about the entries for quality data in the portal in just a few moments. Selected quality data submitted on the provider portal on or after February 1st, 2013 will generate additional quality metrics for future reports. Right below that you will see quality metrics not linked to gain sharing. And Wanda spoke about the quality metrics that they were tracking but were not linked to the gain sharing. But the ones that are linked to gain sharing, you have to pass the quality metrics. Even if you are in the commendable range and don't pass the quality metrics, you will not be eligible for gain sharing. The cost summary section. The first thing you will notice in this section is the check mark in gray, indicating that your cost is acceptable. The first bar graph shows total cost for all included episodes compared to total cost for all included episodes after risk adjustments have been made. The second bar graph shows your average episode cost compared to all other providers. Again, your costs are shown in the dark blue and all other providers in the light blue. The third bar graph shows the episode cost distribution from green acceptable to red non-acceptable. As you can see from this example, there are some episodes in the acceptable range as well as some in the not acceptable range. Remember, we are looking at the average episode cost. The last graph in this section will give you the distribution of all providers' average episode cost, again ranging from acceptable to not acceptable. The provider is the blue line in the graph, so you can see where you fall in line with other providers. This information may be helpful to you in trying to understand the source of the high cost and identify the practices that lead to lower episode costs. And lastly, on this page, you will see the key utilization metrics. Currently, the only metrics being tracked is the 30-day outpatient observation care rate. You as the provider, again, are shown in dark blue and all other providers in light blue. This may help you see where improvements could be made. It may also encourage you to identify other providers to see how they might have achieved better rates. There is an additional percentage graph. Next slide, please. Additional percentage graph of the quality and key utilization metrics on the next page of this report. The next page is the cost detail. This page provides a detailed look at the cost and average cost of all providers. Care categories list all categories of service that make up an episode. The number of episodes at the top of the page refers to how many episodes are included in the cost in this category. Average cost per category is shown per PAP and overall. Again, the PAP is dark blue and all other providers in the lighter blue. And again, this detail is important in that it may be helpful to you to try to understand the source of high cost. Following this page of the report will be a glossary of terms. After the glossary will be an episode detail, which contains detailed information for each patient included in your results. Those excluded will not be shown. The detail is broken down by each of the two episodes or whatever episodes that you have as a PAP. This may help you understand what occurred for an individual patient episode of care. Now let's look at the total joint replacement. Again, your overview is going to show you the total number of episodes. In this one, was 5 episodes, and the total number included was 5. Again, you're going to see the average cost of care compared to other providers. Again, you are the PAP. You are in the dark blue diamond, and you are in the acceptable range, and you have no gain or risk share, as shown in the gray box. There are no quality metrics linked to the gain sharing at this time, and that's in this area. So the only quality metrics are quality metrics that they are tracking that are not linked to gain sharing for this episode of care. At the cost summary, you're going to see, again, the bar. The first thing you'll notice is the check mark in gray saying that your cost is acceptable. The first bar shows the total cost for all included episodes compared to total cost for all included episodes after the risk adjustments have been made. And then the second bar graph shows your average episode cost compared to all other providers. Again, you're going to see the cost distribution. You'll see some in the acceptable range, some in the non-acceptable range. Again, we're looking at the average cost per episode. And then the bar graph at the bottom is going to show you the distribution of all providers, ranging from acceptable to not acceptable. And the key utilization metrics for total joint replacement is the post-op complication rate. And again, you're shown in the dark blue and all other providers in the lighter blue. The next graph, of course, gives you additional percentage graph of the quality and key utilization metrics. After that, you will also see a cost detail associated with total joint replacement. Again, the PAP is in the dark blue and all other providers in the light blue, and this will be the cost included in the episodes for total joint replacement. Again, this is going to be helpful in seeing where your high cost may be. Just like with the congestive heart failure, there will be a glossary of terms at the end, and then you will see your patient detail for each patient included in your results. If you have any questions about your reports or how to read your reports, please feel free to contact us via the customer service line or the web. That information will be posted at the end of this presentation. We're always happy to assist you.